Easter, Passover, the resurrection, first day of spring. Easter, Passover, the resurrection, first day of spring. March 19, 2024, Tuesday, is the first day of spring. In the old Hebrew and Israelite calendar, the new year was always on the spring equinox. These people, a mostly agricultural people, planned their lives around the movement of the sun, and if you think about it, the first day of spring would be a good time to start a new year, the logical place to start anew. There were several solar holy days of the ancient people, hence the need for places like Stonehenge. To protect them from the upcoming pestilence, God Yahweh commanded the Israelites, descendants of Abraham and the Hebrews, derived from the grandfather Eber, to observe the Passover at twilight, 14 days from the first day of the first month, Abib, of the new year. First day counts as Ner 1. Webster's 1828 dictionary states that Abib was the first month of the year in the Old Hebrew calendar. See numbers 9:1-5 and Deu 2. 16:1. On several occasions, Jesus also commanded us as Christians to keep the Passover. For example, see Matt 26:18. From other scripture, Jesus had to be a full-blood Hebrew Israelite. Consider the pestilence, war, violence, and turmoil about us today and the immediate year ahead. Consider the outcome in Egypt if the Israelites had not kept the Lord's commandment. The 14th day of Abib, Passover, will start Monday evening, April 1st. Jesus kept the Passover the night before he was crucified. Calculating forward, Jesus would have died on Tuesday, April 2nd, and would have risen from the dead, Thursday, April 4th. In order to get the pagans to convert to Christianity, more tithes, more societal control, the early Catholic Church adopted some of the pagan holidays and merged them into Christian holidays. Easter is such a day. Easter, European, is in recognition of the god Astarte, Phoenician, Ishtar, Babylonian and Assyrian, Ashtoreth, Astoreth, Hebrew name, and Aphrodite, Greek. The god, known by these different names, is the god of sex, lust, reproduction, etc. That is why the bunny rabbit is recognized as a symbol of Easter, its desire and ability to mass produce often. To calculate Easter and the modern Jew Passover on your calendar, one follows movements of the moon, the lunar calendar. Contrary to modern Christian theology, 90% of modern Jews do not descend from the ancient Israelites, hence the lunar calendar instead of the biblical solar calendar. Also, their most important Bible is not the Holy Bible, but the Babylonian Talmud, the traditions of men, traditions of the elders, Jesus refers to in the negative. Easter, lunar, can be between March 22 and April 25th. The true resurrection of Jesus is always on the 17th day of the new year. It is my belief that Christians have enemies, and they have had since the beginning. They lie to us. It is they who promote the false days and the untrue doctrines. They wish for us to stay away from the Spirit of Jesus and the protection he offers. Easter should not be observed by us, but Passover should, the solar one as described in Scripture. And if we are to recognize the resurrection, and I think we should, it should be on Thursday, April 4th. On Passover, Monday evening, at twilight, April 1st, we should pray to the Father and the Son to protect us from the dangers of the year ahead. Protect us by the blood of the Lamb, Jesus Christ. It does appear to me that we will probably need it. These are perilous times in which we live. Read Psalms 91 out loud. To turn evil back on evil, also read Psalms 35 and 83 out loud. Exodus 13:4. On this day in the month of Abib, you are about to go forth. Exodus 23:15. You shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For 7 days you are to eat unleavened bread, as I commanded you, at the appointed time in the month Abib. For in it you came out of Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty-handed. Exodus 34:18. I commanded you at the appointed time in the month of Abib, for in the month of Abib you came out of Egypt. Deuteronomy 16:1. Observe the month of Abib and celebrate the Passover to the Lord your God, For in the month of Abib the Lord your God brought you out of Egypt by night. On the second Passover, Tuesday evening, at twilight, May the 2nd, we should pray to the Father and the Son to protect us from the dangers of the year ahead, protect us by the blood of the Lamb, Jesus Christ. It does appear to me that we will probably need it. These are perilous times in which we live. Read Psalms 91 out loud. To turn evil back on evil, also read Psalms 35 and 83 out loud. The restored remnant, Isaiah 11:11. Then it will happen on that day that the Lord will again recover with his hand the second time the remnant of his people who will remain. From Assyria, Egypt, Pathros, Cush, Elam, Shinar, Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. Islands of the sea, I think, means Britain. Numbers 9.11. In the second month on the 14th day at twilight, they shall celebrate it. They shall eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. Kent Crutcher, March 1995.